Now to our continuing coverage on Khalistani attacks against India. The latest one came in Canada in the city of Vancouver. It happened on Saturday. The Indian Consulate in Vancouver was targeted. Hundreds of protesters showed up. They were demonstrating against some developments in India. Police in India have launched a manhunt. They are cracking down on the network of Amritpal Singh, a fugitive separatist, the new face of the Khalistani movement. The protesters in Canada were sympathizers of this Amritpal Singh, all the way in Canada. And that should tell you something about how this nexus operates. And Canada continues to let it thrive. It wasn't the first such protest, by the way. The Khalistani sympathizers have been targeting the Indian High Commission in Ottawa and Indian consulates around Canada. In some instances, they breached the mission security. Now, India has raised the matter formally. The Canadian High Commissioner in New Delhi was summoned. An explanation was sought. In fact, I had that statement with me. This is what it says. The government of India sought an explanation on how such elements were allowed in the presence of police to breach the security of our diplomatic mission and consulates. It doesn't end there. New Delhi has made some specific demands. It wants Canada to order a crackdown, arrest the separatists and extremist elements, and offer better protection to Indian diplomats and consulates. India has also reminded Canada about its obligations under the Vienna Convention. The expectations are quite clear. Last week, India's External Affairs Minister spelled them out.
It is our expectation. As I said, many countries are very casual about it. They have a different view about their own security and a different view about other people's security. But I can tell you, as Foreign Minister, we are not going to accept these kinds of differential standards.
The shift in India's posture is clear. It is taking a tougher line on Western patronage to Khalistanis. The Canadian envoy is the third diplomat to be summoned in this regard. Before him, top diplomats of the US and the UK were called. But Canada's case is far more serious. It is the hotbed of pro-Khalistan activities. 3 months into 2023, we have witnessed multiple provocations from Canada. A temple in Brampton was vandalized. Again, Khalistanis were behind this. They spray-painted graffiti on the temple's walls. India condemned the incident. But little has been done to stop all of this. Canada's politicians are complicit. They're playing to the galleries, allowing Khalistanis to flourish to appease their vote bank. In fact, some of these politicians have been linked to Khalistanis, and the links run to the very top. You might remember this. In 2018, Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, paid a visit to India. A dinner was organized in New Delhi, and a convicted terrorist was on the list of invitees. The Canadian Prime Minister's wife, Sophie Trudeau, posed for a picture with the same man. His name is Jaspal Atwal. In 1986, he was convicted. He tried to kill Malket Singh Sidhu, then a minister in the Punjab government in India. After a backlash from New Delhi, the invitation was taken back. Then Justin Trudeau joined hands with this man as his coalition partner. His name is Jagmeet Singh. He has made multiple appearances at pro-Khalistan events. Last year, he backed the Khalistan referendum in Canada. Recently, Singh's Twitter account was withheld. This was for comments about Amritpal Singh, the same fugitive in India. The pattern is quite clear. Canadian leaders are pandering to Khalistanis for votes. They're discussing developments in Punjab in the Canadian Parliament. The government faced questions from the opposition in Canada. Canada's foreign minister gave a response, and I have a copy. Listen to what he said. We are aware of the evolving situation in Punjab, and we are following it very closely. We look forward to a return to a more stable situation. Canadians can always count on the government of Canada to make sure that we will continue to address the concerns of many members of the community. So Canada refuses to mend its ways. And as India builds pressure, frankly, it doesn't help that Amritpal Singh is still on the loose. 10 days and counting, the police have not been able to nab him.